Hey everybody, today we're going to be looking at different ways of creating a nice composition by making positive and negative space collage cutouts. These are the things you need. You need a ruler, you need a square of one color paper. This is 4 inches square. You need a background paper, scissors, glue, regular pencil, and if it's helpful for you, a white pencil. All right, let's get started. Before you do anything, take a pencil, carefully hold down your square, and you're going to want to make sort of little like registration marks for the corners so that you know where to glue it. So you can see what I've done is I have my registration squares. Sorry, you might not be able to see that very closely. Here are my registration squares. Okay. So what I'm going to do now with a white pencil for this first for this first example, I'm going to show you just one side. We're going to be eventually doing all 4 sides, but I'm going to show you one side. So what I did is I made one cut, or sorry, I made one like triangle. And I'm cutting it. Now, if I were to, I'm not going to glue anything right now. I put this back in my registration marks. Now I have this triangle. What this lesson is ultimately about is cutting things out and then gluing things down like that. That looks really cool. Like in 2 cuts, I have really redefined the space of this square. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to keep this like that. I'm going to glue it. This is where it gets tricky. I got to glue down this side. So I'm going to quick pull it over. And I'm going to glue. You know, this is like, you see how I'm holding down this small, it's a really small piece of paper, but I got to hold it down because a glue stick can sometimes, pull it and tear. So I'm just going to move this for a moment. I'm going to glue this down. Got my registration. It's not quite, sometimes you kind of have to move it and manipulate it to get it back in the registration marks. So now I have this. I'm going to glue it this way, which means that I'm going to put glue on this side. But even before I do that, I'm going to make one other cut. Again, how I'm showing you this is just, this isn't the final thing that I want you guys to make. But I think it's good to show you in using like a large piece like this to show you how we're going to eventually go through this. So I'm going to glue this piece right here. So this is, I say this because sometimes this is hard for me. Like when I'm doing this, I can really confuse myself. I'm just going to pick this up, bring it right over here and glue it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm lining up this. I'm lining up this, like these 2 corners and these 2 corners. It will help. Our eye kind of makes this line right away. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue right here. So I have to flip this over. And then I have to, I gotta go like that. Now I'm gonna carefully glue this down. And there we have it. So I made 2 triangles. I made this big one, then I made this other one. And already just doing this little tiny thing, it already looks really interesting. So what happens when we do something on all 4 sides is going to be pretty interesting.